This is one of several public hearings that the Environment and Planning Committee will be conducting to inform itself about the issues relevant to the inquiry.
I'm David Callow, and joining me is Fiona Finlayson, who's the team leader of Open Space Planning here at the City of Melbourne. I'm the Director of Parks and City Greening. One of our key environmental assets is the open space network within the City of Melbourne. It's been variously described as the Emerald Necklace, a network of parks, very large parks that were laid out in the 19th century. Our current public open space contribution scheme, whether it be land or cash that developers are required to contribute, doesn't meet the needs for the range of open space that we're seeing to offset the amount of development that's happening in the City of Melbourne. One of the other key challenges, and this is related to development, is the population growth that we're seeing in the City of Melbourne. The chart you're seeing here on the left is our population figures to 2020. We have nearly 1 million people on a typical pre-COVID day, on a work day. There's 1 million people in the City of Melbourne, at 150,000 or nearly 200,000 of those are residents, and the remaining being visitors and workers that come into the city.
The current systems for funding open space in new developments and renewal areas do not adequately address the substantial cost and complexity of securing land in these areas.
Collective effort is really important in this space. So we know whether you're talking about urban forestry, urban ecology, combating urban heat island, the local government jurisdictions are irrelevant here. We really need to be working together across the city and really across the state.
What do you think are the barriers at the moment that state government hasn't gone ahead and implemented some of those recommendations and suggestions and taking the lead on those sorts of partnerships? What do you think, what do you think the barrier is stopping us?
There are pockets of state government that seems to be doing good work in this space, but we need more leadership in terms of saying, well, how do we secure that the environmental infrastructure for the future? How do we ensure that the land managers in terms of local government, other land managers, are working collectively in this space?
How much is sitting in the open space reserve at the moment?
There's between 60 and $70 million in the reserve.
Assume for a moment you're the minister and you've got a blank sheet of paper and you're just writing the rules, because this committee ultimately gives advice to government. We advise the minister on changes that perhaps ought be made. Assume for a moment that you're the architect of those changes. What do you want to see?
I'd want to see open space contributions from all developments that increase the use of the presence of people on a site, because they will need the open space and they will use whatever's available and increase pressure on what's existing.
So what developments aren't being picked up by that
student
levy
housing
at the moment?
Yeah, student housing is one, commercial buildings is another, and also developments that don't subdivide, which might be hotels or other mixed use sort of development. So unless there's a subdivision, there's no trigger for an open space contribution to be made. So in capital city context,
so it's about broadening the base. Yeah,
exactly.
Fiona and David, that was fantastic. Thank you. We really appreciate it. There was some really, great recommendations.